There are 32 open houses this week. That's a lot. There's actually 53, but because we have two MLSs here, they're listed twice. So if you're, looking at Zillow and you're like, hold on a second, Steve, you're missing like 20. We're not. They're duplicates just because of what they are in the market. There are a lot of open houses right now because our average days on market, comparatively speaking, are up. It's about 54 days. So when homes aren't selling right away, like we had somebody talk to us the other day in a different market, and a friend of mine, they've got their home listed up in Northern California, and she said, "Hey, our home's been listed for like a month and a half, and we have no offers. Like, is the market dead?" And I said, about 18 years ago, 17 years ago, like if we sold a home for relatively close to list price within 4 months, everybody was ecstatic. We just got used to this market being like super fast and multiple offers during COVID. And we forget we call it real estate amnesia. We forget that like, not everything sells right away. Now, if you have perfect location, perfect price, perfect marketing, perfect condition, like it's move-in ready, your home is going to sell right away. It's probably going to sell for multiple offers. In those cases, you're not going to see a lot of those homes on the open house tour or open this weekend because they already sold for multiple offers. It doesn't mean that the homes that are held open this weekend are bad homes. It just means that they haven't sold yet, and this is an opportunity to go through with no risk, maybe even no real estate agent. So let's talk about. There's 32 today. I'm going to go through. I have not gone through these in any level of detail whatsoever. This is all single family, all condos, all townhomes. I think that the number that I put was at least 500,000, just to ignore any rentals. But there is quite a bit in here. If you look at the map, they're pretty much all over the place. There's a couple in Aviara, there's a bunch in the Costa, only one in the village, a couple in Old Carlsbad, none in Calavera Hills. Looks like there might be one. There's none in Bressi Ranch. So they're kind of spread out. There's a big one. Yep, I know exactly where this is at. This one's been on the market for about a month. Yep, 44 days. So that's a pretty cool one. So the open houses this weekend, they're fairly spread out. So if you want this link, I will put the link below in the description. You can click our learning center, and then after this live, this will be posted, and below the video, we will put a link to all these listings, and you can take a look at those. So if you're a seller and you're looking at these photos, I would pay attention to what your competition is doing. Statistically speaking, again, there's no one size fits all to all of this. You want to put the photo on here that's going to cause the most amount of clicks, not that highlights the home the best. I want to be very clear. We want to cause a click, not a highlight. Zillow's the same way. People are scrolling through Zillow. They're seeing dozens of homes at a time. It's kind of like Tinder, even though I've never used Tinder before. Been married for 20 years or whatever. Um, People are looking to they're looking to find in the MLS or on Zillow, they're trying to disqualify what they don't like. They're not trying to qualify what they do like. So the first thing they're trying to do is, of all these 8 homes on the screen right now, which one do I not want? And let's say that I want something that's relatively new. Well, I can tell that this is probably not relatively new. That's probably not relatively new. This might be. I know this home and where that's at, so I know that it's not relatively new. Um, but and I'm making this up. It's not good. It's not bad. This one in 2511 State Street. If walkability is a very highly desired search criteria for you, that's going to resonate because that sign tells you that there's a lot of stuff around it, right? So this primary photo is going to tell a lot about what's going to get clicks. Same thing. This one over on Clover Court. This tells you, hey, if you like outdoor and you really want to. It looks like there's peekaboo. That's what we call them. Ocean views, not whitewater ocean views. But nevertheless, that definitely is an ocean view. Great sunset there. Interior's been done great. Yep, very easy. Definitely looks like it's staged, which is great. We would recommend you stage every single time you sell a home because staging helps people understand what they're moving into. So that's a good one. I would check that one out. If you're in the $2 million range, which doesn't look like there's a whole lot, let's look at this one over on Merwin. I don't know that street off the top of my head. Let's see where this is at. El Camino and Cannon. Okay, so not far from Sage High School, which is right there, right down the street. Super easy access to water. Cannon's probably one of the easiest roads to get to the beach. If you live in Carlsbad, you know that Cannon is like a really quick road all the way down. Palomar Airport's probably the slowest road. Maybe the second slowest road or first slowest road would be Carlsbad Village because of the roads and all the lights. But Cannon isn't very fast, so anytime you can be close to Cannon, that's good. You're going to get to the water really fast. So that's a cool one. I would take a look at that one. Again, white on the interior. Good job on the paint. I don't know if this is original, if they did this before. Kitchen is original. If you guys are thinking about selling your home and you're worried about maybe you have still the original fixtures, original cabinets, or maybe it's the 2005, like I don't know if it's not Formica, but whatever the material they used in the mid 2000s. Let's see when this one was built. 2000, yeah. So that whatever material they use, that composite material, it's not bad, right? Like turnkey doesn't necessarily mean ready to go and been updated to today's modern standard. It just means it's move in. You can move in on day one. But the good job with this is the walls look clean, floors all look clean. You got some virtual staging there to let you know that that's a formal dining area. Kitchen's nice and wide. I mean, I don't know what else you can do. It's a great job. What we've seen work really well is highlighting every room first and then the different angles second. So I wouldn't have like 6 photos of a kitchen in a row because people are, again, they're trying to disqualify as quick as they can. So we want to get them through the photos of the house as fast as possible. And we want to do it in a way that like they feel like they're on a tour in the home. Yeah. Bathroom's clean. Like, great job on this. Virtual staging there is probably what it's going to look like. There we go. So I would say like this is a great backyard. No pool, but it's clearly got, outdoor eating out there. There's a little walkway. I don't know if that's a walkway, if that's a drain. Might be a water. Yeah, it looks like it's a water. Either which way. That's a great backyard. In Canterbury. Okay, I would look at that would be one that I would consider this week. If you're in that price range. Here's another one with a good view. This one I think is back. Yep, right by the lagoon. Oh, that's a great view. 2 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,800 square feet for $1,200,000. That seems like a good deal. Yep, love that view too. I got views out of the primary. This is a winner. If you're at $1,200,000, and yep, you got underground parking there. I don't know if this one has 1 or 2 spots. Let's see what it says. Park Buena Village. HOA fee $1,272. So that's a little on the high side for HOA, but having an underground parking, and I'm sure all the insurance is covered. Well, I'm not sure. I know all the insurance is covered. And grounds fees. There's probably utilities included in that, depending on how this was wired and when this was built. This was built in 2008, and maybe utilities aren't covered. Barbecue, insurance, maintenance, grounds, outdoor cooking area, picnic area, trash. So no utilities. I would look into it. They may have just been hit with an assessment. Maybe there's an upgrade coming. But views and condition of the home. That's great. Anything that has a water view that's close to a water, pretty much safe for long-term equity appreciation. Again, white. It's so refreshing now to go through listings, both when we see it individually and when we're looking at them online, and we don't have to like talk people out of like dark brown paint or reds or blacks or all the stuff that was really popular in the 2000s. And this one again was probably built after that, which is why it doesn't have no 2021. This is almost it's 4 or 5 years old. Let's see where this is. Yep. So if you're driving down the 78, you can see all of these right from the road at College. Great area. There's a huge shopping center right here. It is going to serve a little bit of Oceanside, Vista, and Carlsbad. And then if you come in, You got the mall is right over here. You've got Best Buy and all that stuff over here. 78's a straight shot, obviously straight to the water. So good location, very easy. If you need the freeway, if you're commuting at all, this is a really easy, on and off freeway. We used to live all the way back in San Alejo, at the foot of San Alejo in a townhome when we first moved here, and we loved it. It was quiet. It was an amazing community. The neighbors were awesome. But the one thing that we didn't like is every time we had to go up to like LA or Orange County or down to San Diego for soccer, once we got off the freeway, it was still like 20 minutes before we got to the home. So we live right off the freeway down here on Poinsettia on the coast. So it's easy to get on the 5. This would be another good example. Location on this one is probably pretty good. Okay, so there's 32. There's a lot. There's not really any that are, I would say, that are like I would run to really, really quick. This is really cool. I think this is in La Costa Greens. You guys like, is this in La Costa Greens or is this back in Robertson Ranch? Yeah. Oh, no, no. This is in neither. This is at the foot of Bressi Ranch. I was way off. Right by, kind of close to Agua Norte. Great curb appeal. They nailed that. Awesome palm tree. I liked it all. The fence, yeah, cool backyard, very social. Looks like that is not a pool. That's probably a spa. It's end unit, so you got a little bit more room on. Yeah, you can definitely see this photo probably should have been earlier. I mean, that huge side yard, that is a huge bonus, especially for this part of Carlsbad with a lot of the lots. Like you can clearly see this one just has a small backyard where you've got all the stuff in the end. Yeah, you're bordering, the school and you're bordering a street, but everything's grown out a bit to where I bet a lot of that is drowned. Yeah, this is great. Rooftop deck. It's going to be quiet. None of those views are ever going to get obstructed. Good grill. It's got a TV, fire pit out back. Okay, so we're probably 20. All right, there we go. 26 photos in. We're in the interior. Floors look great. Got red paint. You either, it's just paint. You either love it or you hate it. But it does look like it was done very well. Good shutters. Love the recessed ceiling. Got granite in the bathroom. It's good. I'd look at this. This is a great area. In regards to the deal at 2495 for 3,200 square feet, that is probably somewhere around, I would say, what does that cost per square foot? Oh, we used to have this in here. I guess it's not in here anymore. HOA fee, $289. $180 in Melrose. That's the whole Bressi Ranch thing. Yeah, this is a winner. I'd go look at this. It's a good floor plan. Streetscape is great. Curb appeal is great. I would definitely go look at this. This is going to be in Aviara, I believe. If that's Yep. No, it's in San Pacifico. Or is that outside of San Pacifico? Yeah, San Pacifico. Great area. If you're a surfer, walk right out to Ponto, which is great. There's a little gate on the backside of San Pacifico that you can literally cut right across the train tracks and walk right down to the ocean, which is awesome. This is great. I'd go look at this one as well. If this is your budget, if this is what you're looking for. A lot of the ones in San Pacifico have 3 cars. This one looks like it's only got 2. Maybe there's a tandem in it. Looks like it's only a 2-car garage. Interior is great. Yep, very easy. Looks like it's super turnkey. 2795, 3671. Really, price wise, it's on par with the one we just looked at near Bressi Ranch. A little bit more square footage, a little bit more. You're paying a small premium for being close to the water, but this would definitely be a winner for that. I would look at that. Okay, so if you want all of these listings, in the description below, you can click the Learning Center article will be up today. We'll put a link to all this. You can look at it if you have any questions.